Do you sometimes look at other people's achievements and think that you're not successful enough? Or maybe do you think that you haven't achieved enough for your age and that the clock is ticking now? With this video, I want to remind you and especially myself that we are in this whole success thing and this whole, or maybe also business thing, and that we are in this for the long run. Because the thing is, when we think that we are not enough in any area, it is only because we are subconsciously comparing ourselves to somebody else. Because if you think about it, you can only not be enough if there's someone that we are comparing ourselves to, that we are either compared to enough or not enough. So for me, for example, it started in school when I started comparing myself to other people, or maybe also earlier, but I can't remember, only in school. For example, there were all these kids, or some kids at least, that were like extremely good at talking. They knew how to be, like how to talk, how to be funny, how to be like really smooth in what they were saying, while I, for example, really struggled with talking to people and like vibing, interacting with people. I even had problems to hold and to start a conversation. Yes, and then there were all these kids I compared myself to, like where the family had money and they were talking about all these holidays they were in and had like the cool clothes. I compared myself to them because like we hadn't had that money. Of course, all the people, like the boys, then started to get girls, and then he had a girlfriend and the other guy also had a girlfriend. They all started getting girlfriends and talking about all the experiences. Then you also compare yourself to those people, or I compared myself to those people, seeing them like having, like, I can't call it success, but having results maybe, while you don't have these results. And yeah, this just made you feel bad. Yes, and this was all at the time where I thought that, okay, I can't do anything about that. It is just what it is. I just had thoughts like, okay, is something wrong with me, or what is wrong with me? Because I didn't consider myself like a bad person. I considered myself a very good person, because I was nice. I didn't wish anybody any harm. I was that kid, like in school, that was usually liked by, not all of the teachers, but most of the teachers like really liked me. Yes, I was that kind of kid. I was maybe confused, maybe is the right word, because I didn't understand what was wrong, because all the things that was like promised by society and by all the movies that you watch, like didn't start falling into place. I just came to the conclusion that maybe I'm a bit different. Maybe I'm different. Sounds kind of weird saying this on video, but yeah, I really thought, okay, I'm the outsider. Yes, and when I later realized, okay, maybe there is something I can change. There's something like self-improvement, for example. I can get my finances in order, etc. Then I started to compare myself to other people, like people who are also in this, I don't want to say like I'm in the success area, but yeah, then I started comparing myself to people who are also into this, maybe into business, for example, and yeah, obviously to people who are like way ahead of me. And it again made me feel horrible. And then I had these thoughts like, okay, I'm a worthless piece of shit. I'm working on myself and on finances for years now, and I'm still not where those people are. What am I doing wrong? I'm a loser, etc. Like, again, bad, negative and doubtful thoughts. So yeah, from these experiences, and I had two learnings that I want to share. And the first learning is that it almost never brings you any value if you compare yourself to other people. For example, if you compare yourself to people who are way below you, it is easy to say, okay, yes, these people, I'm way better than them, and all those people are still doing fine, and you use it as an excuse to not reach your full potential. I mean, it will just slow you down if you compare yourself to people who are losers, if you will. And if you compare yourself to people who are way ahead of you, like what I mainly do is compare myself to people who are way ahead of me, it is also not good because it makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like a loser compared to them, and it sheds a light on all your failures. And I'm not saying, okay, don't learn from those people and don't learn from their mistakes. I'm just saying, okay, don't compare yourself to them. Or I'm not telling you anything. It's just, for me, at least I have to learn this, that I won't compare myself to those people, because those people have different backgrounds. They might have it easier, or they might have it worse than I. And but either way, it's not good for me, because it drags me down and it makes me feel not good. And usually you are the most productive when you are like in a good mood, right? So yeah, either way, I think it's not good for you. And I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk who said, okay, do not waste 1 single second or 1 single minute, something like that, comparing yourself to other people. Rather use that time to work on your business or work on your dreams or something like that. And I think he said it because comparing yourself to other people is just a waste of time. It doesn't bring you closer to your goals, and it's not helpful at all. And yeah, additionally, as I said, I think it's not good for your mental state. Yeah, and the second learning is that I think, in my opinion, if you compare yourself too much to other people, it increases the likelihood of poor decision making. Because if you see someone who's successful and who's living the life and who's where you want to be in the future, maybe this makes you taste blood. This is a saying in German. It makes you taste blood of the lifestyle that you want in the future, and leads to short-term decision making, or it could lead to short-term decision making. So in my opinion, and what I will do is I will try to forget what other people are doing and focus on my long-term mission and my long-term goals again and again and again. I have to remind myself again and again that I don't care what other people are doing. I'm just focused on my long-term mission. I don't give a fuck whether somebody else is driving a Lamborghini. I will still invest everything I have into my business. And there's a frame I have like for several years now, and I think it's kind of cool. It like really represents my values. It said, or I told myself, I don't want to be successful right now. I want to be successful 10 years from now. Yes, I think this is a helpful frame. At least it helped me, because yeah, as everybody says, there's this curve with a long part where you are not successful and where you have to struggle and you have to grind and where you don't see results. And if you don't see results, we're having this frame. It's no problem having no results, because again, you don't want results right now. You just want them 10 years from now. And yes, a couple of days ago, I think the day before yesterday, I read something that represented a similar idea. It was out of the book Atomic Habits from James Clear, I think. And it says, it doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on a path towards success. You should be more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. Yeah, this quote really resonated with me, and if you have watched some videos of mine, you probably know why. It really represents my values of thinking long term and sacrificing now for the future, for a better future. And you also don't have to be like a really smart person to realize that this is kind of true. I mean, if you are successful in some area, but you just slowly decrease over the years, you will be in a worse position than somebody will increase their skill or their level of success in some area. So yeah, here are my final thoughts that I want to give you, that hopefully help you when you are comparing yourself to other people and feel bad about it, and when you don't feel enough. Your current situation really doesn't matter where you are right now, so don't waste time comparing yourself to people who might be in a better situation, and especially don't feel bad about it. Keep thinking long term, keep focusing on your goals, and keep getting one step closer towards those goals, day in and day out. And especially do not get distracted by the next shiny object here and there and change direction because of it. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. And as always, let's stop talking and let's build our dream life.